Welcome back to Streamers Reloaded, my name is Tom, let's get right into the news. And first up today we got an update on IndieFoxx's and Amouranth's ban from the last episode. As a reminder, the ASMR category was taken over by these two in the new meta, facing the opposite way to the camera while doing ASMR. Last week these two and a few others received a ban and have since been unbanned. But the controversy here is that these bans only lasted 3 days. That fact annoyed a lot of big streamers as these two have received multiple bans for the exact same reason, and all of them have just been 3 days. So for this one we have 3 standout opinions. The first one coming from that of xQc, who first says he isn't going to talk about the ban, but then goes on to compare when he got banned for the same reason multiple times over, and how he feared that would have meant a permanent ban for him.
How does that make any... listen, I'm actually gonna get departnered if I talk about this. Dude, I'm not gonna say anything about this. I can't. This is the... Dude, what the f... After I repeated the same offense 2 times, I thought I was gonna get perma'd. I had the word perma over my head for months for something I did like 8 months ago. And after 5 times, you get a 3-day? That makes no sense at all. I'm so How do you not get mad as a Twitch partner seeing this?
We then had another standout opinion from that of Destiny. Now Destiny has quite a lot of debates on his stream and language used can get quite hostile. So here Destiny compares these streamers pushing the boundaries to what is okay and what he would have to do to match up with them.
They can get a little spicy sometimes, sure, but like not intentionally so. And I'm a big TOS frog, so I like try to, if I feel like there's gonna be a bad language, or I tell people like, hey, there's a bad language, like we can't do that, blah, blah, blah. But then you have people that actually skirt the line. Like their whole, not only do they actually skirt the line, but they're actively pushing it as hard as possible to make money off of it for months. And it's just like 3-day ban, 3-day ban, 1-day ban, 1-day ban, 3-day ban, 3-day ban, 1-day ban. Like it would be the equivalent of me having like an N-word counter on my stream and being like, okay guys, I'm only gonna say the N-word in an educational context, but let's see how many times we can do it in one stream. And then I have like an N-word counter in the bottom right. Like that would be the equivalent for what I would have to do to reach like what these girls do on their stream. To like for them to be pushing the line in a similar way. Like that's insane, dude. I don't know. That's just really irritating.
Then we have the last opinion from that of Alinity, who went to Twitter to share, the punishment on Twitch for sexual behaviour is too little to deter streamers from pushing the line between their content and sexual behaviour. Who's someone who had an accidental violation for sexual content, I can tell you the amount of advertising you get from said suspension highly outweighs the lack of income from a 3-day ban. It's just a nice vacation, free promo during the break and even more promo when you get back. Alinity later added to this saying, listen, I'm not saying whether I'm in favour or against that content being on the site, what I'm saying is they need to decide whether or not they want that content on Twitch, and be firm against it. 3 DMCAs is a permaban, but 3 sexual violations isn't. Makes no sense. Next up in the news, we got one from the streamer WithAWonder, who has had some pretty damning accusations of grooming put against him. So this one comes from a few DMs that were shared from his Discord, and some backup statements he made through Twitter. This all leaks last Wednesday, and it's a pretty open shut case. Someone reached out to WithAWonder through Discord, either pretending to be 17 or actually being 17. He asked what state she lives in and her age. The response was 17, 18 soon. Then he asked her if she thinks he's cute, and offered to fly her out. He then offers a video and sends it. This is led by a disturbing message of what he wants to do to her, which at this point is enough proof, and this person responds saying, I'm making an LSF thread right now. You like grooming young girls? I'll get you banned from everywhere. I have already screenshotted this conversation and I have the video downloaded. Anything to say for yourself? Well, okay, have fun being deplatformed forever. WithAWonder later responded with, I know you were fake. I like to take dumb N-word like you and have you people try to get me banned and waste your time. It's funny. Have fun, N-word. So yeah, then an LSF post was made about this, which has since been deleted. It's very clear what's going on here, and later some tweets from his past were picked through Twitter, where he discusses consent from children and his moral view on what should be okay. Take a read if you'd like to. So after this, due to it getting popular enough, WithAWonder has been banned from Twitch. He's also wiped his Twitter. The only thing left appears to be his YouTube channel, where he has continued to stream Pokimane. Next up, we got Fedmyster returning after being quiet for a full year. First off, for those who don't know Fed, he used to be in the offline TV group before last year when he had a lot of allegations of misconduct from the other OTV members. This caused him to get kicked out of offline TV and he disappeared from social media for a year. So he's come back and he started with a YouTube video about his past year. It doesn't show much except for that he's been going to the gym a lot. This video has been received relatively well. It's about 2/3 likes to dislikes. And we then come on to Friday and Fed did his return stream. It did very well, getting 34,000 viewers. He talked about the previous drama throughout this short stream, and one topic that came up was LilyPichu and their previous drama. Quick summary, there was a situation when Fed thought there was a connection between them that simply didn't exist. Running off of that, while drunk, Fed made an advance on Lily. This was also after the breakup with Albert or Slightly Musical, so there was also a certain level of Lily being vulnerable. So Fed talked about this drama a bit, and the post about this clip got titled, Fedmyster is currently digging himself a hole on stream, and he talks about the Lily situation. I'll show you the chat for this one. You can really see where people go from supporting Fed to, Fed, stop this, it's not coming off how you think it is. Here's the clip.
Very dark place, so I wanted to be around her to make sure she was okay. This is someone that meant the world to me, so her happiness was important to me. As I'm hanging out with her so much, like there was this like sense of like intimacy that like started to grow, and it started to grow with like when you hang out with someone so much, there was a time when I was in a room and I asked like, hey, can I give you a foot rub? And she was like, okay. She said yes, but we were tipsy, and in the moment it felt real and honest for me to say like, I kind of like you. But when I woke up the next morning, it was like, oh shit, like I did not mean that. And looking back now, it was a complete violation.
So following on, that clip didn't go the way he expected, but there was no follow-on from it. He didn't react to LSF or anything like that. So aside from Fed returning, we want to know, what does offline TV think, right? Well, the only person in offline TV that's talked about the drama is the one that hates drama, and that's Pokimane. She went on stream to simply say she hopes he's changed, but they won't be friends going forward.
I know a lot of people are going to ask me about a certain someone, so I just want to say my piece quickly and kind of get out of the way. It's not my place to say whether or not a person has changed, because their actions and words will eventually speak for themselves. All I know is that I can't be friends with someone who sexually assaulted people I care about and handled it the way that he did, so I won't be affiliating with him or his circle. We're gonna move on with our lives, he's gonna move on with his life, and that's life. That's really all I gotta say. So, there's your clip, guys. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about it, thanks.
Following on, we got the big one for this week, gambling streams. And speaking of gambling streams, I gotta thank the sponsor of today's video. No, I'm just kidding. The first big piece of news comes from the whole country of Slovakia, where one user shared, breaking, Twitch just blocked the whole country of Slovakia because one streamer illegally played poker. Not kidding. Can you please settle this and block that one user who did this? So due to a streamer streaming a site that was illegal to use in Slovakia, the whole country has now been banned from using Twitch. So following on, gambling has become pretty big on Twitch, and we got a few different bits of drama. So let's begin with an opinion from that of Asmongold, who simply said, Twitch needs to ban gambling streams full stop. The amount of bullshit and pitfalls this is going to create in the next 6 months will F the website in so many ways we don't even realize yet. Just looking at the EU gambling laws, anyone can see this will not end well. Then we had Clintstevens coming out with his opinion on gambling. Due to a lot of people going after Twitch, he has said, I don't think it's hard not to accept a sponsorship. Trying to deflect onto Twitch is weak in my opinion. G Fuel's lead-laced dust is one thing, but I mean, come on. Are we going to be throwing babies out of windows if Twitch allowed it? Admittedly, I don't know who would sponsor baby throwing, perhaps Ludwig. So the target here became Ludwig, who responded very briefly on stream, saying the following.
Does he not get that people's careers on Twitch last literally like years and then it goes away? Like a few years. And like G Fuel is like a sick product, and like the baby throwing is obviously a joke, but I don't know. I don't take super sponsorships like that. All right, we have a quick gambling stream right now. Let's just get to this. This is brought to you by Pokimane. But that's not what we got to worry about. We got to worry about getting Pikachu, Pikachu, Pikachu.
And that's where we follow on to include xQc and Trainwrecks in the gambling drama. Now, xQc has previously done gambling streams, and Train continues to do so. But similar to Slovakia, something about these websites is illegal in America. And that's where in the past week, these two have very conveniently moved from Texas to Canada, because these websites aren't illegal up there. So everyone is saying these two moved to Canada just so they can continue doing these streams. So first off, xQc. Now, xQc has stopped doing the gambling streams as of now, and he's moved back to Canada, and that seems to be the reason. Well, xQc has responded to this idea where he said that moving back to Canada had nothing to do with gambling. It was actually due to getting raided on a daily basis and how he was worried for his own life.
We were getting raided by the police station at rates that made absolutely no sense. Almost every day, the police came to our house with a full squad because of, you know, okay, and I was generally scared that I was going to die. And then it didn't make sense to me, and I got so scared I just said I just want to go home. I want to go back to Canada.
X also mentioned that he quit after seeing how many people used his code, and this comes from some of his Discord messages. He said that he made negative 300k from the hashtag ad and 3 million from affiliate marketing. What that means is that he gets 10% of each person's deposit, and shown just below from his affiliate link, $29 million has been deposited. He finishes this up saying, because the crypto is in a wallet, he's not going to withdraw it so that he doesn't have to pay tax on the crypto. Kinda sounds illegal, but alright. Then we have the other culprit, that being Trainwrecks. Train has similarly moved to Canada and has stated it was for something else. Now, before we watch any Train clips, it's important to know Train makes it very unclear what he's on about most of the time, so please keep that in mind for the Train part of the video. Here's him explaining why he moved to Canada.
So how'd you play with real money in the USA if you weren't allowed? I'm allowed, because I lived in Texas. It's legal for me, but once they found out that, you know, once they read a couple posts and found out that I was in Texas and I was on a VPN, they yelled at me and they said, you know, you either got to figure this out or whatever. I said, okay. So, you know, I realized that I have business that I've been pushing back I need to do here anyways, right? A little consulting stuff. So I said, this is a good place. Originally, I was going to go to Mexico, but then I remembered like I had something I need to complete here anyways. So 2 in 1. Like I have to actually be here for something entirely different.
So Train states he moved to do consulting work, and this became a 2-for-1. But then, thanks to clumsy xQc, we have some leaked messages between them. Now this comes from xQc alt-tabbing on his PC on stream, which pressing alt-tab allows you to switch between programs quickly. So xQc clicked this and showed his Discord DMs between him and Train. This is an extremely low quality image thanks to the size on the stream, but one user on Reddit has managed to figure out what it all says. So reading it from the top, Train says, and if you're going to end up going to another site, make sure you do research. Most have shitty histories and you don't want that coming back for you in a year. So just make sure you do your research for another site. xQc responds, can we play one more day? And Train responds, ask Eddie, the gambling website owner. If he says yes, you have to make a new account, he has to ban your other one, then you have to play on full screen or block screen in between games. You cannot show that you're on stake at all. That's why Canada needs to happen ASAP. And you need to let me or Eddie know if you're down and when. I'm a leave for Canada on Friday. Keep that low though, I don't want my stalkers to F with me. Also bro, let me know what you're gonna do, Eddie keeps bugging me about it. So Train said that he's going to Canada for something else, and these DMs say very much the opposite. But that's it for that section, and that's where we continue on to include the girl that hates drama. Pokimane has come out with her take on the gambling streams, similar to most, saying it's scummy.
At least 1 to 2 million of a return on their investment in me. And how do casinos make money? By taking money from people. So $1 to $2 million of my audience's money is technically going to the casinos. Is that wrong? Is that I know the ratio is not 1-to-1, but at least to some extent, that's kind of the gist of things, right? That's crazy. How do you sleep at night?
That's why we have a sort of response from Train. Not just responding to Pokimane, but every other streamer that's talked about this topic. He gets a bit serious, calling them insecure, jealous, and ratty.
Same goddamn shit every goddamn year, right? It's like these people want to keep me in this like category where everyone else is here and I'm here and everything's cool and peaceful. But then as soon as shit flops, we got people jumping shit Minecraft style. And out of nowhere, out of some insecurity and jealousy, you know, dropping some bullshit and flipping sides, like weird, right? Shit, some of these people that are saying the things they're saying, like streamers, it's like, with the information that's out there, I understand why they're playing that narrative, but like, with what I know of their deals and how they behave, like, I just know how fucking ratty they're acting.
And of course, as expected, finally for this one, we do have another response from Pokimane. Here is her responding to that Train clip.
Obviously, the comments are all assuming the absolute worst, creating the worst narratives, etc. And I think sometimes that makes you want to go, fuck it. You guys think I'm so bad? I will be the villain then. And sometimes I feel like that is what I see when I see his clips. And I just wish I could tell him, like, I don't even think people want to hate him or want to hate on him. I think they just want to hear him acknowledge the other side of a take. Like if he just said, I understand all the negatives of gambling or whatever, but I just decide that like it's worthwhile for me, I think people would respect that a lot more. As opposed to just focusing on people talking about the negatives. Does that kind of make sense?
Coming on to the end of the video, just a few quick bits. First off, IndieFoxx has been banned again. Unlike previous bans, the reason is unclear, as Indie hasn't tweeted about it. But we can assume it's similar to previous, making her new ban count 6, with none of them being 3 days yet. Maybe this one will be, but probably not. I have reached out to her, but haven't received a response yet. Then we got one from the Rust server reopening next month. BaboAbe has shared through Twitter a list of rules that all the participants have to follow. Previously, stream sniping was the biggest issue, and there is now a rule stating not to mention when this happens on stream. I doubt that's going to happen, so there's going to be a ton of drama. It's going to be great. And then lastly today we got Amouranth on xQc moving to Canada. During all of the hot tub drama, he was also sharing his opinion a bit. So Amouranth has said, the reason xQc liked ripping on hot tub streams was because it took attention away from the gamba stuff. I took one for the team. You know, glass house and such. And that's where I'm going to end today's video. Lastly, a few things separate to the drama. I've been reading a lot of comments and a lot of you enjoy these longer videos. I'll be honest with you, I don't. This video hit 24 minutes, but I cut so much stuff out of it, so I'm just going to go back to 14 to 16 minute videos because these are way too infrequent. Second, sponsors, I know you hate them, but I'll be doing 1 or 2 every month. If you don't like them, please just skip them. And if you're a part of the group that actually downloads the free games, thanks for that. You're the reason they keep coming back. And lastly, I noticed a few comments around the lines of, I hate this streamer, I hate that streamer. So please try to keep your comments civil. Sorry, I just needed to vent about those few things. But that's it for the video today. I want to thank you all for watching as normal, and I hope to see you in the next one.